Good morning, everyone. This is my watch list for Monday, August 24th. All right. Hope you guys had a nice weekend. What's happening today? SPY's gapping down a bit, down 0.31%. However, we have yet to test this massive demand. All right. We got to 762 and found some relief on Friday, right? We bounced a little bit on Friday. However, today we're gapping back down and we have yet to test 760. So the question is, what happens at 760? All right. Do we wick below and reclaim? We can take longs. Okay. Do we bounce at 760? Are there, right? We have to look for signs of buyers. Are there buyers at 760? We can long that 760. Okay. If we immediately sell below and there's a ton of selling pressure, then we do not want to touch longs below that 760. Okay. Because this is a big previous all-time high. If we lose that level, it's gone. It's just going to sell. Okay. So what I want to watch for today, because we have yet to test that level and it's a big level, I do want to watch for longs at that level, okay? I just want to make sure that there's buying coming in at 760 before we just jump in. I don't want to be the first person to take that long, okay? QQQ. So it's just been failing the 716. If you guys remember, I talked about this level last week. 716, we broke below, we retested, we failed it on Friday. And now the Qs are gapping down 0.76%, and they are now under the 710 level as well. So remember I said if we break below 716, I don't have anything to 710, right? 710 was this level from back here. Now we're even below 710. So this could just continue selling. I don't have anything back until 700, and then 695, 696 is my next level down, okay? So 710 can watch for failures of this level today. Or simply below the pre-market low 707 can look for continuation selling there. Okay. Now yesterday I posted that video. There's a lot happening at the end of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday should be pretty chill. I'm not expecting a ton of volatility the first 3 days of the week, but Thursday and Friday it's going to be crazy after Nvidia reports earnings on Wednesday night, and then the Jackson Hole Symposium on Thursday and Friday. Apple, we've fouled that supply, that 319, 320 supply. And then on Friday, we held my big demand. So 307.5. Look at how many times. 1, 2, 3, 4 times this level has been tapped. So I would like this short if we get below that, the 307.5. But as long as we're above, I don't want to look at shorts, right? So I'll be waiting for that. I don't know if it'll happen today. It's already Apple's actually outperforming most names. So I don't know if that'll happen today, but if it does, then 307.5 is the level I'm watching. AMD, I think we actually might get this today. Okay. Remember, I've talked about this level for, a month, right? Since July 17th. So we bounced here 460, 460, 460, 460. 460 is the big demand. If we sell below that today, I like this for shorts. This is my top watch for today's session. All right. It's already down 2%. Chips are weak. If we lose 460, this should sell back into 440s or lower. 420 is my big next level. Amazon is still sitting at this big demand. It's not holding well, right? It is holding well, but it's not. It keeps tapping that level. I don't like when stocks sit at the same demand for a long time, right? You do want to see it start bouncing and holding off the level. Where would I take this long? If we reclaim 262. If you guys remember, this was the long from last week. That Tuesday when we broke here on Wednesday over the 262 was a long, right? If we reclaim 262 today, this was also the high from Friday, then this is a long again, right? It's a confirmation. Yep, we held the demand, and now it's starting to reverse and reverse the trend, right? Reverse this bit of a downtrend, okay? So if we get over 262, I like this long. Is it a short below 258? Technically, yes, right? If we lose this big level, it is technically a short. I just don't know if I will short it personally, right? Depends how it looks on the tape and everything. Google, kind of in a range, right? I would say over 346 is good for longs, below 340 for shorts. Meta, I actually do like this. So I talked about this last week as well. This inverse head and shoulder, right? We've got the left shoulder, head, right shoulder, okay? Below 540, that's invalidated. It turns into a short. But I actually like this long today over 555. So this was the highs from here, the pivot from Tuesday, highs from Wednesday, Thursday. Highs from Friday is like 554, but nearly the same thing, right? So if this reclaims 555, I like this for a long back in a 565, at least a $10 move if that happens. All right, it's also outperforming the market compared to other names. Netflix, this is kind of already run its course for the most part, but I do think that this could get a few more deltas if we break 81. This is that high from Wednesday, high from Thursday, right? Over 81 has potential. PLTR, oh my God, this is insane, right? We talked about the 176 on Friday. This ripped. We all said if it breaks 176, it's going 180 plus, and it made that move, okay? Today, let's see if we can take out 180 again. Let's see if we can reclaim 180 and push through Friday's highs. This has room. If you zoom out like 4 hour or daily, you'll see this has a lot of room. 188, 190 is my next big area of supply, right? So this could potentially make an $8 to $10 move if it can hold today, tomorrow, this week, right? Nvidia is at big demand. If you guys remember the 214, this is huge, okay? I'll draw a rectangle. Okay, there you go. This whole zone in here is big demand. I just don't want to be short. Maybe you could short this if we lose 212, right? That's the lower end of this demand. And if we lose 212, I just think this turns into a capitulation move. But Nvidia has earnings this week. I won't be trading Nvidia since they have earnings. The premiums will be jacked. I'm not trading Nvidia this week until after earnings maybe, okay? Tesla, I like this for pullback longs, right? We caught this. This was an insane entry on Friday. I caught the move before it even broke out. I think I got long this candle at 950. So I got long here, and then it broke out and contracts ripped. This is a 150% trade for me. I think it wound up doing even more than that. But it basically filled the entire gap. Remember I said if we break above 382, it has room to 370. It went all the way to 366, okay? I will not be taking this long above Friday's highs. I'll be transparent and say, if this gets above 366, I'm not going to take it long because it only has room into like 369, 370. You know, it's $3 of upside. That's not much for Tesla. However, I would take a pullback long, right? 352 looks like a good bounce. That was the breakout level. That supply should turn into demand. So if we get the pullback into 352, then we can look for longs on Tesla. All right. So let's have a good week. Be cautious towards the end of the week. I would say size down Thursday and Friday. I'll see you guys on live.